Won't you please?
We're who you should be listening to, admit it. The prettiest Tiff in Carolina, get it? Love, family, and friends. This be the energy, a better understanding so we can all be complete. Each time spitting raw and unrehearsed. Either in your feelings or laughing till it hurts. Love and Flaws, the show that you all need. Join us every week for the best of us, guaranteed.
Here we go.
Yeah. What's going on? What's poppin', LAF family? This is the Love and Flaws podcast with the absolute prettiest Tiff. And I'm your man, Carolina Sin. We are so happy that y'all are here with us. Tiff, what's going on, my man?
Hi, brother.
Yo, I'm so happy to see you today.
I'm happy to see you always.
There we go. So, again, I want to thank everybody who's been checking us out, watching us. We appreciate all the love and the support.
We appreciate it.
We're going to jump right into this one today. We got a popular one. I'm lying. I was gonna say I had to watch what I say, but I don't do that at all. So
no,
we're gonna go in. But this one's popular. It's making the rounds right now. We talking about body counts.
Body count.
Body count.
Body count.
That seems to be a real popular topic right now.
It is.
I feel like there's layers to this. There's a bunch of different dynamics. So we're going to talk about, does body counts matter? And then if there is a double standard maybe between men and women, we'll get into it. We're going to talk about, should you have that conversation? Does it require all of that? But let's get it started. So
let's get it.
Body counts, Tiff. So I'm just gonna ask you, Tiff, because I think we both single. I don't know about you. Like, I've been trying to talk to some people, but
right.
But does body counts matter? So we'll start with you, because I know how it's gonna go for the guys, right? If you start talking to a dude, a man, a gentleman, are you even interested in his body count? Do you care? Does it matter to you?
Real talk? Nah.
Now, before you elaborate, did it used to matter to you when you was younger though?
No.
No?
No.
Tiff, you different though. You different.
No. But I'm gonna explain to you why.
Okay.
Because in my mind, I expect for a man's body count, even if it's not, I expect for it to be high.
Wow, really?
I do, because especially when you're younger, you know what I mean? Because men go, the average, what is it? When men want to sow their royal oats is like between 18 and 30 or 16 and 30 or something like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They trying to hit everything that ain't moving.
Right. I was saying, and we trying a lot more.
Right. Not want to, like they going in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So for me as a woman with that already in my mind, I don't even ask. You know what I'm saying? Now, just because a man has a high body count, I'm looking at, is he respectful with it? You know what I'm saying? Like, what were all of the, and I don't need to know every situation. You know what I'm saying?
So
but if I'm meeting a man, he got a high body count, but he been cheated on every woman he been with.
Right.
That's what matters.
We get into that. Let me tell you from a guy perspective.
Oh, I already know this.
So now I'm different maybe, but like, I think it matters also younger versus older, right? So now,
okay,
I don't care at all. It genuinely doesn't matter to me, right? When I was younger, I'm not saying it should have mattered, but when I was younger and still growing maturity wise,
right,
it was passed down to us that it should matter, right? Like it's that toxic masculinity, toxic sexism type thing. Like it was cool for a dude to be out here manning up, doing whatever he wanted. And if a chick was out here sleeping around or whatever, or had a high body count, then she was damaged goods. You know what I mean? Like that's the way. I'm not saying I don't even back then. I don't think I thought of it like that. But
right.
I think I would have. I mean, let's just be real. We knew who when we was in high school and when we graduated. We knew who was getting around. Now, I will tell you this, behind closed doors, dudes didn't care at all. They didn't care at all. They might have slut-shamed her in homeroom.
Right.
But if they walked past her on the way to third period,
they was trying to get it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think for the most part, it doesn't matter. I will tell you a story, though. Now I was still fairly young, so I was like 22-ish or so. This before I had my kid, and I met this young lady, and we went out on like 2 dates. And now she turned out to be a super crazy stalker type, crazy. But part of what started off the craziness, like we was getting hot and heavy one point in time, and we didn't go all the way. And she was like, "Yo, I just want to tell you some things." Right? So I'm like, "All right, what's one?" She was like, "I'm allergic to latex condoms." Don't laugh at me, Till. Like this, I swear I'll be finding the most unique situations ever. Crazy. I'm attracted to crazy. Okay, that ain't if she let you fall in love with it, it's good. We ride with it.
But then she told
me there was a few years that she worked at a brothel out west, though.
Hold on. And how old were you?
So I was like 22, and she was about the same age.
And she had already worked at a brothel.
She said like she had spent like 3 years out there or something. So she's like, "How do you feel about that?" Now, I ain't trying. There's a lot of dudes that just would have hightailed it, ran for the hills. Right? Not to mention the combination matters too, in my opinion, right? Because if you was allergic to latex, that means you wasn't using latex.
Well, there's more condoms than latex.
I get it. I did right. I'm not debating that, but I'm saying she wasn't using the most safe one though. She out here lamb skinning it up or whatever it is. If I'm wrong, y'all tell me I'm wrong. I don't know. If I'm wrong, y'all tell me I'm wrong.
I you know what? I've never used the lambs, so I don't know.
Are there other ones too? I imagine they are by this point in time.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have female condoms now, and
right. All right. So, yeah. But all that ran through my head was she had that job and she wasn't as safe as she possibly could be. That was what was running through my head. So like, I was like, I'm gonna need some time. I'm gonna need to sit on this for a couple days or so,
right?
And wrap my head around if this is something that I want to, like, because we had come
to pursue.
Close. We came, huh?
To pursue.
No, I'm saying we came close to smashing one night. Like,
no, but I'm saying at that moment you should have been thinking about, did you even want to pursue?
Right. That's why
hitting the guts.
Right. So I told her that I wasn't interested in pursuing a romantic relationship anymore. That I didn't think that I was secure enough to handle all of the information that she bestowed upon me. She didn't like that answer.
I bet she didn't.
That's when she turned into a crazy, calling my job, trying to get me fired. Yo, crazy. Like, she called me. So, like, we never had sex, right? After this happened, I went through like a month or two of the crazy parking out in front of my job, like all the crazy stuff, right? And then like 4, 5, 6 months later, I'm at work, I get a phone call, and it's crazy on the phone, right? So I'm like, thank you for calling. I'm not gonna say where I was at, but I was like, yo. And she's like, hey. And I'm like, yo, because we've obviously had the conversation, like, don't call me at work, like, quit harassing me at work. So like, I thought you understood that you needed to not call me up here. She's like, it's fine. I just want to let you know I moved. I don't remember where she went. Somewhere like Detroit, somewhere out in the Midwest or some shit, right? And she's like, I just wanted to tell you I moved and I'm happy. And I'm like, all right, are we done? And she's like, also, she was like, I'm pregnant, right? And she goes, but don't worry, it's not yours. Bitch, I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know. Like, I literally looked at the phone. I'm like, come on now. I'm like, good for you. Enjoy the rest of your life. Hung up the phone. Never heard from her again. Crazy.
Like, see, that's a whole nother. Because now it's like, what is even the point of?
I don't know.
Listen,
but
which leads me to say this: if you meet a female that's in a brothel, she got to have a couple screws loose to be in a brothel.
I don't agree with that. I don't necessarily. Listen.
I'm not saying she's a bad person, but she definitely has a couple of screws loose because it takes some type of detachment from that to be able to do that.
I think there are perfectly normal functioning sex workers in America. I do think there are. I do like, and I'm talking about like professional, like out in like Nevada type thing. You know what I mean? But I don't disagree that there are people who are in it that probably don't want to be in it or in it for and it's unhealthy reasons and all of that.
I can't do this. Keep going. Yeah. I'm so sorry, y'all. My OCD will not let this ride.
Go ahead, knock it out. Go ahead.
I'm listening. I can hear everything.
Please don't fall or nothing.
I'm not.
I don't want the show to show that. You know what I mean?
Listen, I'm not gonna fall.
We keep it all the way real with y'all. Let me make sure mine's secure while we at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but anyway, to the point though, we never talked about an actual number.
Right.
But I could only imagine after a few years of doing that her number had to be like in the hundreds probably.
Now, this is the thing to me, brother, because I would think at a younger age, it wouldn't matter as much.
I don't think I don't think at a younger age, men are emotionally mature enough to understand that it doesn't matter. Now, when I say that, let me say it from I think I understand the whole, if you slept around, you sleep with someone, you sleep with you sleep with all of their partners or whatever.
Right.
I understand from a safety perspective, it matters.
Right. Oh yeah, I think everybody agrees on that.
But from a morality issue or she's not worthy of me to date her thing, I don't think that at a younger age we understand how toxic that mentality is. Like, we going with what the guy, you don't want to fuck with her, she a hoe, she out here sucking everybody off or like, you know what I mean? Like, it's toxic as hell.
Well, I mean, I think I see what you're saying, but the young lady said that for women, and you correct me if I'm wrong, and because you're gonna come from a man's point of view. This was a woman saying it.
Right.
That the more bodies that a woman has, the harder it is for her to be able to get someone to marry her. So if a woman comes to you,
right,
and says, "Yo, I have had 50 partners."
right. At this point, I'm 42. I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
You really, like, it doesn't bother you at all?
I wouldn't even have asked. To be honest.
Well, but let's say.
But even if she was like, let's have a conversation, right?
Right.
Because some people want to have it for healthy reasons.
Right.
There's two different reasons you're having that conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
One is you want to understand your partner's sexual activity,
how experienced they are.
Right. Things like that.
Like, do I gotta teach you or you gotta teach me?
Right. Because the real question should not be how many partners you have. It should be like, when was the last time you got tested? Right.
Facts.
Regardless of how many partners you have.
Facts.
But the second reason is out of insecurity from one or the other, right? So if you're having it for a healthy reason, so if she was like, hey, I just want to just put everything out on the table. Let's talk about, I've been with 32 people. How many people have you been with? Right. And then I got to throw my low number out there. You know what I'm saying? So see, I'm participating. I'm contributing to the stigma by right. So
right. My low number
out there, and I don't have any, because so I'm gonna tell.
Are you sick?
Did you use the hooks? I'm over here playing with one.
Yes.
You put this thing in the wall, and then you also use the clip to clip that, and then hang it on there.
Yes.
So then what's falling?
The thing is coming out of the wall.
Oh. Yeah, because it's probably like in just a drywall area. We just got to go though. The show must go on.
I know. This is why I need a man.
Preferably with a low body count. He can hammer things better with a low body count.
All right, I'm just gonna have to deal with it.
So okay, listen. When I lost my virginity, right? So like,
okay, hold on. When you lost your virginity, did you lose your virginity to someone who had already lost theirs?
Yes.
So you were the virgin and she was not.
Right. But I had lied to my friends about being a virgin because that's what we did at 15 years old. I haven't told this story but to a handful of people, right? So I lied. I had told my friends before this happened because I knew she was more experienced, right? I'm like, yeah, I've been with like 2 or 3 people, right? So it totally backfired because I was garbage. Like I barely count the first time because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, right? So the only pro out of this shit is that I get to say I lost my virginity in Germany. Right? Because I was in Germany when it happened. But like, we started, I didn't know what the fuck. I was just moving. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. Fuck it. I was half hard. I wasn't fucking, like, I wasn't fucking anything. I didn't know. I don't remember how it ended. But we just arbitrarily stopped. Yo, and she clowned me to all of my friends.
Stop because she knew you ain't know what the fuck you was doing.
She's like, this motherfucker ain't doing a goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not too prideful to admit that shit, y'all. And she clowned me to all. So here's the thing. So my best friend, right? So there was a group of 4 of us. I'm going to getting ready to go to Minnesota with one of them, right? Before again, there's a group of 4 of us. One of them in the 4, she was best friends with his sister. Like we was all close. So my guy's a ride or die too. So she tells his sister that I was horrible, which I was. I was fucking horrible. or I was not fucking a whore because I wasn't anyway. And so the sister tells our friend, my friends defend me. They like, well, she was a whore. It was bad, y'all. I'm just saying. I'm not condoning this behavior now. But they was like, she was probably loose anyway. She a whore. She was fucking down there. My man good. You know what I'm saying? Ride or die. KJ, my guy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but that brings it to another point. Does body count matter for experience, right? So you think about being an adult now, and this is just straight up. I don't want to be with a man that you know, everyone likes to be loved a certain way,
right?
But I don't want to do where I gotta.
You wouldn't be okay with
everything.
You wouldn't be okay with teaching them how to love you, right?
Well, I think you have to do that with any partner, like, because there are certain things, right? That
I think it would depend on how bad. If you thought it was just bad initially.
Okay, but I'm thinking if you, as a grown man at this age, if I come across a man and he's like, listen, I've only had 5 partners.
Yeah, but he could have been 1 or 2 of them. They could have been long-term, did everything under the sun smash, though.
Right, which means that he has no idea how to cater to a woman's needs that is not of what he has been used to.
And that's a bad thing?
Well, because then I have to
see.
Like,
I really thought
as a man, if you're being intimate, right? This is me as a woman, and you do something, you should know what type of reaction you should be looking for. And if I don't give you that reaction, you should be able to move to plan B.
Right. I see what you're saying. If you
only had 5 partners, you might not be able to. You don't even know what a plan B is.
Possibly. It depends on how experienced his partner was.
But again, what I'm saying is, it's not about how it's because she's gonna teach him her stuff.
I get what you're saying, but isn't that the case anyways, though? Like, I get what you're saying.
Sometimes that man that you ain't even gotta.
I'm gonna throw my body count out there. We just being 100%.
I ain't throwing my body count out. I'm not.
So my body count.
I don't think it's bad, but
my body count is like 16.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
In fairness, it's like 16 or 17. I ain't went. People don't get at, but it's right there. It's 16 or 17, right?
But definitely 20 or less.
Oh, it's not. 18.
I mean, under 20. I mean,
it's 18 or under.
Okay.
It's between 16 and 18. I'm not 100% sure, right? My memory bad. I've been fucked up, like, you know what I'm saying? So
I know exactly how many people I've been with.
So there was a time, like, so I think it's 8. I think it's 18, right? Because I think like a few years back, because I ain't been with nobody. So I'm out here. I ain't been with nobody in years. You know what I mean? So, but the last time I like tried to go through it in my head and stuff, it was like 15 or 16. You know what I mean? And that was before I think I'd been with like 1 or 2 persons, right? So it's like 16 to 17, no higher than 18. Which to me, I think at 42, I feel like that's super low. That's less than one. From the time I was active at I lost my virginity at like 15. So we talking about that's like a less than 1 every 2 year average type shit. Like, I feel like I'm good.
And see, this leads me to believe that
now,
because maybe when I think of body count, maybe people is running around with like 100 bodies.
Yeah, they are. Now, let me also say this. I got divorced because I married my high school sweetheart. So that contributed, right? If If me and my high school sweetheart had never got divorced, it would have been two. It'd have been the nonsense that I tried to pull off in Germany, and my wife. It would have been two, right? We got divorced, and my grandmother passed away in the same year.
Okay.
She was the patriarch of my family, kept us alive. And prior to my divorce, I was, obviously I was happy taking care of my wife and stuff, but like I was worried. I was a street dude. I was just doing street things, right? So I wasn't worried about, I wasn't chasing tail. I'm a good dude. So I wasn't cheating. Right. I wasn't out smashing other chicks.
Right.
So when I got divorced and I lost the most important person in my family, let's go with 18. Just this. Of my 18, in that next year, I probably hit 10 to 12 of them in that next year. Oh, yeah, I was wild. Fuck yes. All right, let me say within the next 2 years. I can't say I did all of that in 1 year, but within the next, because as I think about it, I'm like, I wasn't smashing somebody different every month. That wasn't the case. Yeah. But let's say 2 years. In that next 2 years, I got the majority of my count out the way. Because my wife had left me. And my grandmother left, and I was wild. I'm in the club.
Right. I mean, I get why it makes sense. That leads us to the whole double standard, because men can do that, right? And just, I'm wilding out, and men are supposed to, but women, and I have to say, I'm part of that double standard. Like, I agree with that shit. Like,
right.
I don't think women should. And again, you don't know what somebody is going through and how they're going to react to it. And a lot of women who do have maybe they lost their father. Maybe they, what I mean?
Oh, like, yeah. My body count over that 2 years got to that point because I was in an unhealthy headspace. Right. Like, I was maintaining, like, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't doing nothing crazy, like, but
brother, which leads me to say that what I said, like, a person who, whether it's brothel, whether it's I'm wilding out and I'm just running around amok, you are not in a healthy space to do those things. Like, you can't be mentally.
Because they're going to be people that rack up 10 bodies this month.
Right.
Like, if you conservatively say that going out each week, which there's people who go out every week.
Every weekend, right.
Let's call Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Let's just pick 3 out of the 7 days. A lot of people's going home with somebody almost each one of those days.
Exactly, right.
That's 12 opportunities in a month if you just pick those 3 days. So there's people racking up 5 to 10 bodies a month. And I'm not slut shaming anybody. You grown, do what you want to do. But I don't feel like my 18 at 42 is bad at all. I don't feel like my 18...
No, not at all.
Listen,
but
I don't feel like my 18 at 25 would have been bad.
18 to 25?
I'm saying if so, when I was 25, I probably had about 13 to 14. I don't think that was bad. Tim, there's college students out here catching bodies every week.
I didn't go to college.
No, but you get what I'm saying. But they out here catching bodies.
I know, but I didn't go. I didn't go.
Right. All right. You ain't got to tell us what your count is. But at your wildest time, what was in a 1 year period?
I've never had a wild time, though.
No.
I've never had a wild time sexually.
Gotcha.
Now, did I have a wild time going out, partying, drinking, smoke, but I've always been a relationship person.
You a habitual marrier. Tiff will get her a husband, dog. Tiff gonna get her a husband. That motherfucker might not be worth the damn, but she gonna get her one. And I don't give a fuck. All of them. I hope all of them are watching. I don't give a fuck. She gonna get her a husband.
Oh God, I can't breathe.
Yo.
First, okay, hold on. Let me say, I never looked for any husbands.
I'm fucking dead.
None of my husbands was I looking for. Ever. Ever. Like, I'm not, don't get me wrong, I loved them when I married. But I was, you know, some people were like actively and are actively searching. I never was searching for
right.
my husband.
Oh, I'm in tears. I'm in tears.
Oh, but he is right.
Yo.
And you know, that's something else. I'm gonna get off topic. But so I never was.
We off the rails today, y'all.
I never had a wild time sexually. Now, am I saying that like every person that I had sex with, I wasn't in like a long-term,
right,
everlasting relationship with, obviously, but it was never like, yo, I'm just going and wilding out and just.
I wasn't trying to catch them bodies. I'm just saying, like, I got divorced, so I was single for the first time in a few years, and then my grandmother had passed, so I was in a just I don't give a fuck phase.
Right,
you know what
right.
I'm saying? And
well,
we was already.
That was what I was trying to say. I think because I've always been relationship oriented.
Marrier.
Now I ain't no damn Elizabeth Taylor, but damn. But
not yet.
Not, you know, I don't. That's a whole nother, because I don't think I ever will get married again.
I don't know. Not the way your TikTok be looking. Not the way your TikTok be looking. That is the prettiest Tiff. In case y'all need to go check her out. Get that, fellas. The prettiest Tiff.
Listen,
I need to attend one of these weddings. I ain't been to any of the 3 previous ones. I got to get to one of these motherfuckers, yo.
You know, if I
and I was supposed to be in the last one. God.
Shit, I was supposed to be in the last one.
Yo.
Oh God.
We are not on track today.
Listen. I gotta get my
Yo.
Okay, hold on. So, but I mean, yeah, because I've been married 5,022 times, but you know what's crazy, and I'm not saying this, yo, this is real talk. Almost every man that I've been with, there's a few, but almost every man that I've been with since the age of 21 has always wanted to marry me.
Yeah, you that ish, Tim?
No, I'm just, but no, that's not what I was.
Tim, I'm fucking with you. I ain't gonna give one. I apologize, y'all. We didn't plan this. We just
Listen, but no, this is real. This is how we do. But
yo.
but with that, sirs, though, I think if I would have went through that phase, I probably would have a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Right.
get it. I just, me personally, because I never went through that phase, I wild out in other ways. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you wasn't free. So
right. So I think had I would, and that's exactly what I was gonna get to. Like, I the times that I'm free, this is probably the longest that I've been free.
Right.
In like my entire life.
Right.
There was one other time before, and I was free for about 4 years.
How many you rack up? How many you rack up in that 4 years still?
No, and that for the reason that I was free was because of the situation that happened with the guy that I was with.
Right.
So for a while I didn't want to
right. I got you.
really deal with anybody. So I'm not saying I wasn't with anybody, but it wasn't like,
I get you. You wasn't running the streets.
right. You know what I'm saying?
You wasn't street certified.
Now I ran the streets. That's what I'm saying. But I just
right. But you wasn't hooking up. You wasn't hooking
right.
up. Yeah.
Exactly. So, but I think if I would have went through that, like if what happened to me, if my reaction to that would have been like, I definitely would have piled up.
Right.
You know what I'm
saying?
Like, I wasn't get it. I can see how it can happen.
I wasn't even like out there hollering at chicks. Like I wasn't like at the club,
right.
like, hey, what's up? Da da da. It just had like so. I mean, I got divorced like at that peak. I was 22. You know what I'm saying? So like, or I'm sorry, I wasn't 20. Was I 22?
Well, again, what we said though, 16 to like 30.
Right. So yeah, because we got married when I was 20, and we were married for 2 years, but we were high school sweethearts, right? So so there was some more years behind that. But so we got, so I was 22, and then I moved to Florida, right? So like my grandmother passed. I wilded out in North Carolina for a couple months, but then I moved to Florida. Now I'm the new kid on the block. You know what I'm saying?
A whole new world.
Oh man.
A whole new world.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And so I wasn't out looking for it, but I was at that age where like it was just coming to me.
Well, I don't even think you have to be looking for it. I think
that's true.
Those ages, it's natural.
Right.
I'm not for any woman or man that does. I think for women, if you have a high body count, I would tend to say, and I haven't looked at statistics, but I would tend to think that like I could see me having a higher body count as I'm getting older, as opposed to when I was younger, for me. Because I'm free. You know what I'm saying? My kids are grown for the most part.
Right.
Like I'm confident in myself 1,000%. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if any hooking up was gonna be like, this would be the time of my life that I would see me doing it, as opposed to younger.
Let me tell you, I wish, like, if I could just turn this switch off to not give a fuck. Oh, and I'm losing all this weight and shit too. Cause I'm gonna be in about 9 more months, I'm gonna be a fucking problem.
So do you think that people who have a high body count feel that way? Like, I just don't care.
So I think it's both sides of the coin, right? I think there's people who have a high body count and there's nothing wrong with them. Like I think they're just independent,
right,
in control of their sexuality, and they just make an adult decision. And then I do think there's people who sleep around because they're trying to fill a void. Like I think that that exists. Like there's people that have problems and sleeping around that, helps, they think that helps with that, right? So but I think as we have made it more acceptable to be in control of your sexuality, more so for women, right? Like they're not like slut
like
shaming.
Women nowadays don't give a
right. They hunting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I think if you're doing it and you're just empowering yourself, you're two consenting adults. You don't give, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. There are people out there that are hurting, and that's part of why they do it. You know what I mean? They give men and women, right? They give themselves to whoever.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so that is a part of it. I still think there's a double standard. I do think
there's always going to be a double standard.
I do think it's shifting though. Like dudes get called players and dogs and shit like that too. Like,
but when you think about player,
let me go back.
Those aren't really derogatory.
Let me go back to something else that we've talked about before. Women tear down women way more than men do.
Absolutely.
Because again, we didn't care in high school. We may have acted a fool in front of our friends in high school, but now that we're grown and there's nobody to act a fool, we sliding in. They don't care. They sliding in your DMs regardless.
Right.
We not out here.
And a friend of mine said, he said, I told dudes this all the time. He said a woman to be, night, you might be like, yo, I'm trying to, they be like, yo, don't mess with her. She a hoe. She don't let everybody hit her. Da, 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 da. And he said, I don't care. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Because she not going to act like that when she get with me.
The women are slut shaming each other more than we are.
We do. And I tell you, I'm going to be that woman. Like, yo, how many, like, I don't think I'm a slut shame. But I'm gonna be like, yo, dang.
Like, slow down, ma.
Like it's okay.
Right. So, so the double standard exists, and then, does it? It just doesn't matter. I really just feel like we at a point where it don't matter. We let the media and shit tell us how we're supposed to feel and what is supposedly okay. Like, do whatever you want to do. You want to go out.
See, and I think the media though was making women feel like they should be doing that.
Like they should be what?
Just racking up bodies.
Okay. I'm not against that, women. If y'all want to do that, y'all should do that. You know what I'm saying?
No.
If you are a powerful woman in control of your sexuality, smash away.
Sexuality doesn't mean sex.
It don't have to. You're correct.
Right.
But smash away, lady. Smash away. We promote.
Now, do you think, first of all, I think everybody lies about their body count.
Oh, absolutely.
To their partner, for the most part.
I think you do when you're younger. Like, I don't have no reason to lie now.
Yeah. But even now, I think
women lie
even
more.
if it's 1 or 2 less, they're going to try to knock something off of there.
I think women lie more. I believe in that whole shit when they say women divide theirs by 3 and men multiply theirs by 3. 1,000%.
I agree with that. I think women would probably lie more. But why? Because they don't want.
Because of the stigma that comes with the body count thing.
It might not even be that they're ashamed. It's like, but I know if I, you know what I'm saying?
Right. He might not fuck with
me. Which is why, like, I wouldn't put mine out. Not because I feel like it's too high, but I wouldn't even want someone to be like, damn, Tip, that's kind of high.
Because you don't want nobody to judge you. That's the same thing. That's what it is.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Right.
So women are going to lie. So if your body count was 20, she going to tell her boyfriend it might be 7.
10.
7. Is she double digits? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No, mine is in the double digits. I'll say that, but.
Right. Well, you've been married double digit times, so. Yo,
I am not been married double digits.
My bad. I was doing that multiply by 3 thing. So.
You know what? I could probably try to go into the world's. I wonder what's the most amount of times a woman has been married.
I'm sure it's like 20, 30 times.
I wonder if I could top it.
We got the.
I wonder if I could.
I'm about to see.
I think, you know what's crazy though, the men that I've wanted to marry, like who I've like, they don't want to marry me.
Say that again. I'm sorry. I was trying to look up the marriage thing.
Like there's been like 2 men in my life where I've been like, I really want to marry them. Like I want to be, and they was like, nah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, now you contradicting what you said now.
What?
Because you said every dude that you been with.
I said for the most part. I said there's been a couple, but for the most part. And those were the couple.
So them the ones that got away then, huh?
No, because I still mess with them. They just, but if I told you the reasons why they didn't marry me, you'd be like, okay. Now you got
to tell it.
Cause one time I was the side chick, and one time they was already married.
Whoa. Whoa.
I didn't know about the married. So in my defense, I didn't know. But I knew I was the side chick. They weren't married though.
Did we have a side chick episode?
That's the one I'm talking about.
Oh.
Yeah.
I knowingly was a side person one time.
One time. Yeah, I wasn't knowing. No,
and then I forced it. I forced her hand on that shit. I was like, nah, you call him, tell him it's over. I'm done. And it was the most, it was one of the most toxic relationships I ever ended up being in.
Of course.
Karma.
Look
like
how it started.
Karma like a motherfucker.
Look how it started.
So to wrap it up, body counts don't mean nothing to us, ladies. We don't care. And other ladies, quit slut shaming your friends for
definitely
for racking about.
So guess what? My motto now is "Girl, go get it."
Oh my! Put a ring
Girl,
on it.
Girl, go get it.
His motto is put a ring on it.
Listen, you put a ring on it, I could be anything you want me to. I'll make you feel like you were 20 women.
Wow, listen, we got to keep the show low. On that note, I'm wrapping things up. I want to thank everybody who participated. I'm sorry that I'm not sorry. We was off the rails and we had fun tonight. So this is the Love and Flaws podcast with the absolute Marier Tiff over here. And I'm your man, Carolina Sin. We love y'all. Have a good one.